everybody. Welcome to Flagons and Dragons, a podcast about Dungeons and Dragons and beer. My name's Bob.
And my name is John.
And we're happy to bring this to you today. Just a word about how the show works. We will be playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know what that is, John will tell you a little bit about it.
Well, it's basically like when you were 8 and played in your backyard with sticks, we pretend to be imaginary people, which makes this sound really cool. And then essentially you have a dungeon master, who would be myself in this case, who comes up with some sort of elaborate story, and things happen, and I say, what do you do? And then you say what you do, and then we roll dice. And if the dice are good, then good things happen. And if the dice are bad, then bad things happen.
Yeah, that's pretty concise. And we'll also be talking about some of our favorite microbrew beers in the episode. We're going to be dividing the adventure up into sort of sub-adventures. So if you see an episode that starts with the number 1, that'll be part of adventure number 1, and then we'll go to adventure 2 and so forth. So if you're joining us late, you can jump in at any of those points, 101, 201, 301, etc., etc., etc. So you don't have a huge back catalog to listen to if you want to get caught up with where we're at. So anything else you want to add, John? I think that's about it.
Nope, I'm good.
He's good. All right, so we're now going to jump right over to the adventure. John will give a little background, the players will introduce themselves, and we'll get started. So enjoy.
So my name is John. I am the DM. I will try and kill people, but probably not do it. We will be adventuring with a party of 5 today. If they'd like to go around and introduce themselves.
My name is Bob. I'm playing a ogre barbarian by the name of Derp. Derp's small for an ogre. He's about 7.5 feet tall. Big, broad shoulders. He's really, really strong. His most distinguishing feature. Well, he has a couple of distinguishing features. He has a thick black beard, which is constantly full of food crumbs and sticky, unknown substances because his hands are encased in iron.
So he can't
pick anything up.
Trouble wiping.
When he goes to eat, he just has to slam his face into the plate and get whatever he can pick up. The reason his hands are encased in iron is when he was a child and being trained for combat by his father gave him his other distinguishing feature, which is a large dent in his forehead, which has smaller dents within it. Basically an impression of a mace on his forehead. Since that day, he hasn't been too bright. He also likes furry things, so he keeps crushing small animals. So think of a cross between the Hulk and Lenny from Of Mice and Men. So in order to keep his livestock alive, his father encased his hands in iron and sent him off to the military.
Love cow. Cow good.
Cow
Oh
good.
no, cow.
Oh, cow not live. And that's Derp.
Lovely. Who's next?
My name is Dylan. I'll be playing a half giant by the name of Pontoon. I don't know why I put a question mark on there, but I did, so now everybody has to say Pontoon.
Pontoon?
All I know is that he's pretty large. He's about 8 feet tall, 400 pounds. He allegedly doesn't like religion, doesn't like deities, because they tend to not be on our side. And I don't know why people keep following these deities that don't give a shit about what you do. So
So if he's 400 pounds and an
Fuck
atheist,
them.
he's a Reddit user.
fuck that. I like the heat. I like desert because of my background or whatever, being raised in the desert. And I'm always keen for the treasure. That's
Pontoon
about all I
like
know.
Derp?
Probably we might. I bet we would get along. I can help you. I can help feed you. I've got little delicate
Everyone's
hands.
got to take
Derp
turns
love
feeding.
pontoon.
Excellent.
Word.
And he talks like Christopher Walken the whole time. Guys, I think we need more cowbell.
My name is Crystal, and I am playing a bard named Craven. He's a cowardly bard. He looks pretty standard for a human, maybe a little skinny. He's the second son, and second son of a duke, and all he wanted was wine and music and women, and his father wouldn't hear of it.
A bard after my heart.
And so he decided he didn't want to go into the church, so he joined the military, but he's doomed to failure because he is terrified of everything. He does not like blood. It makes him squeamish. Derp makes him pee his pants because he's very scary.
And he smells bad.
He smells bad. He has a tendency to sniffle.
Why do I feel like you're going to be our leader?
But guys. Yeah. That's Craven.
I'm Sean, and I'm playing a character named Sean
Because he's very creative.
I am simple. He is a undead dread necromancer who has ADHD, and
Like most undead.
Right.
he worships Orcus, who has a wand that does a lot of bad stuff to things. He really wants it, so he's trying to find it because Orcus likes to send it to the what, planes or whatever.
The various planes of existence.
So he's on a life or death quest to find this.
So just a death or death quest. Yeah.
He's on an undead or death quest.
My name is Mike. I put a lot of thought into this while I was at work today. My character's name is Pasquale Pancho Pedro Domingo Rodrigo Estevez Perez Vasquez.
That's why you don't want to write.
But he just goes
What
by
Derp call you?
Pasquale.
Derp love Pasquale.
Pasquale is appears to be a giant gorilla. He claims to be a man in a gorilla's body. When he's from old Mexico, which is far, far away. And when he was
Very
when
far.
he was young, Warlock switched his brain with that of a gorilla. So he claims. So his goal is to find his feral body out in the wilderness and find the Warlock who did it and renew harmony. And he's been tasked with finding a golden banana for no good reason.
For no good reason.
It's gonna go down.
He looks like a gorilla. He wears a poncho, and he has gun holsters with bananas in them.
Derp think monkey funny.
For the ease of playing, we're gonna skip the whole awkward, this is how you guys met, because that's usually pretty lame in Dungeons and Dragons. So we're just gonna assume that you guys have been adventuring together for several months now in service of this gnome wizard named Cletus, who's a character from an old campaign, but forget about it. He's fun, he's eccentric, he lives in a sort of gray morality world. He's fun.
Full name Cletus Auritus Auritus.
That sounds good to me, because I am awful with names. Alright, so Cletus basically for the last several months has been giving you guys leads on where to find like items of interest to him. And he sends you out to go retrieve them for him. You bring them back. He pays you lots of money. He offers you various magical services as well in exchange for things. It's a pretty lucrative arrangement for everyone. He's called you up on this particular night, excited, because an excavation team from a prestigious arcane university, which I don't have a name for, Magic U, has uncovered this artifact of great power. It's a book that was written centuries earlier by a monk who made a pact with the devil to basically know the sum total of all knowledge. And as we all know, with devil pacts, it rarely turns out good. He went crazy. He did manage to write a lot of his knowledge in this book. Tricky thing with this book is if you look in the pages without like significant magical protection, you go crazy as well. But it's an item of great power. Lots of
So he wrote down his crazy.
He wrote down his crazy in this book. So they found it, or they think they found it, and they've shipped it back to the Arcane University. Cletus was sort of spying on this magically, the scrying spell. And the caravan on its way to Magic U, maybe Magic State U, not Magic
Arcane U. I like
Arcane
that.
U,
Yeah.
Arcane U. All right, Arcane U on the caravan's way.
Mascot the Canes.
Yes.
When
Lovely.
you slow down, I'm trying to write everything down.
Oh, sorry.
Now I gotta go back and erase my
Learn
pen.
shorthand.
It's for real.
Learn your mom.
Good one.
So this caravan was waylaid by goblins.
Uh-oh.
And the
They're not
goblins,
like goblins.
yeah, they managed to luck into the one wagon carrying the book. So
Do we know if they were going after it or if they just happened to
they
grab
just
that one?
they look like big dumb goblins, well, little dumb goblins, and they just happened to sort of luck into it. Now, Cletus wants you to go out and get the book from the goblins, bring it back to him. The tricky part is Cletus says that there were other people watching. He could sense other sort of magical spying eyes
okay.
on this wagon. So he says there might be some other teams of adventurers like yourselves headed out with this very same goal in mind. So, all that flashbacky setup sort of stuff out of the way.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, I tried. You guys find yourselves at the opening of this cave where the goblins have made their lair. Cave's about like 10 foot wide, 10 foot tall opening. It's dark inside. It smells like rotting meat and
They're
excrements. And you don't really see anything else around. You're just kind of in the middle of the forest, probably about like a mile or two off this road. So,
Okay, guys, there's nothing here. Let's go.
Derp want meat. Derp smell meat.
Pretty much, we should just do everything that Craven says. Just do it the opposite way.
What are you
Derp
talking
want
about?
meat.
Well, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking. Yeah, let's get some meat.
Get some meat.
Let's eat for a few hours.
Let's
Where's that fucking meat? I smell it. It smells awesome.
Awesome.
Off some. It smells off in some way. So we're on a road, and you want to leave, so we should probably stay.
You're gonna want to leave. There's a
Craven?
cave.
it's a cave.
I hear caves have
Trees.
all sorts of diseases inside.
See,
of them.
I assume
Cold,
he
it's
wants us
wet.
to go into this cave. So
Yeah, this is the cave where the goblins have made their lair.
yeah.
Okay.
So let's go.
I'm allergic to
get them
goblins.
goblins.
All right. Who can see? Who can see in the dark? I've got.
I got
I can
60
sort of
feet.
see.
I got 60 feet.
All right. Why don't you lead the way?
Okay.
I'll take up the rear.
Derp go first. Derp hungry.
So,
Pontoon will take it up the rear.
lovely. I assume the rest of you are
As
just sort
per
of
usual.
intermingled in the middle. Alright, lovely.
No, this guy
So
behind
as
me.
So
Pontoon...
how cowardly is Craven? Is he
The most
I
crazy.
Is
guess
he-
we'll find out.
is he like is he the kind of coward who's just gonna wait outside, or does he like get in the middle?
I'm not staying outside
The
by
trees
myself.
are really
See, that's what I'm
scary
saying.
looking
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, so he should just kind of get in the
Safety
middle
in
of it.
numbers.
Yeah, it's a good call.
All right. Well, for
Good
the
call.
sake of
Away
starting
from the guy
things
talking
off,
about taking it up
I'm
the rear.
gonna pick up Craven and throw him into the cave.
What?
Monkey,
See, what's
no
it look
throw
like?
singer.
What's it look like
let's
in
see
there?
how strongly
Okay.
he can hold on to Gorilla first.
For that, I'm going to need opposed strength checks. So
Alright.
just
Oh,
roll
okay.
me a d20 and add your
Anyone
strength
else?
modifier as
No, not that one.
Pasquale is
No, this is not going to go well.
throwing Craven. Craven is trying to hold on to Pasquale's fur. What'd you get?
14.
7.
All right. So Craven goes flying into the cave, thuds a couple times, and as you look up, you find yourself face to face with a goblin who looks just as scared as you. Yells something in goblin real quick, and then darts back to the back of the cave and hops down a little chute. like a little, tiny little 1 foot opening, sort of tube.
Goblin.
Derp, go get Singer.
What did he say? I heard him say something.
I'm gonna
He didn't-
scramble back the way he
Okay,
threw
so
me. He threw
Craven
me.
comes running out of the cave.
Ah!
As
Right.
as
There's a
Derp is
goblin.
running in, Derp so happy to see Craven that
Goblin.
he just picks him up in his arms and squeezes him as tight as he can.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh no.
Wow. Balls. Let's just set it up right now. Roll a d8 for love damage.
Oh no.
3.
Craven, take 3 points
I can't even.
of love
Nothing, I
damage.
Singer, okay.
It was a
Not
surprise.
anymore.
Somebody should probably have it. There should probably be kind of a Derp safe word.
Dirk, no.
What's a
Honey.
good word? Whiskey.
Derp like whiskey.
Bad word. Bath. Bath time,
There it
Dirk.
is.
Bath time.
Derp,
Okay, good. So whatever he does, he stops whenever you say
Derp drop Singer.
Dirk.
Right.
Bath time.
Bad time.
Okay.
So what now?
Are you okay?
Goblin.
What?
Let's go inside.
No, it's just a guy in a big monkey outfit. It's okay.
Oh, I got a familiar that'll be able to go down that hole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what you said, 1 foot.
1 foot. Yeah, 1 foot. It's basically like a 1 foot diameter hole. Are you guys going in and checking it out? I'm assuming then.
Oh yeah, rush in there as soon as I hear the word goblin. I rush in there
Okay.
and look around with my low
I'm
light
just
vision.
blasting bananas. Like Yosemite Sam.
You got permanent food for us? You banana blast or you
I just
pretend?
fire.
You go.
I got Eldritch Blast.
Banana
but I
shaped
fire-
Eldritch Blast.
Bananas.
Alright.
So you have bananas that shoot Eldritch Blast at them. That's fantastic.
So in this cave room, I mean, it's a pretty small little area, but you notice one larger sort of passageway that looks like it's kind of angled down, and then you see this little chute in the wall off to the side.
That's where the goblin jumped down.
The goblin jumped down that, and as you get close to it, you kind of smell the faint scent of oil coming from the chute, and it's kind of shimmery inside.
Can your little guy run up this thing?
I believe.
Is this part gonna be edited out?
Yeah, he's like,
Not now.
He's like 1.5 feet.
You could probably shimmy down. Again, like, how much can you communicate with this thing that you have? You have like empathic link or something like that, I assume. All right,
What kind of
there's
critter is it?
It's a
Quasit.
closet.
I don't know how you pronounce that.
What the fuck?
Quasit.
What does it look like?
What does it look like?
Humanoid-shaped creature with the spiky horns and bat wings.
Oh, okay. I think I know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So it's like a little devil-looking dude.
Yeah.
Word. You definitely. Does it say that they talk?
I can communicate with it, but it doesn't communicate.
Doesn't communicate with anything else. You definitely get the impression that when you try to tell him to go down the hole, he's like, "Yeah, after you, buddy." I ain't going down no greasy hole without.
Head scared Derp.
Really?
Your
I
demons.
mean, he'll do it if you really, really insist on it, but he ain't really too keen
'cause
on
they
it.
might light it on fire if something's coming. All right, never mind. Squash that.
So you do have this other passageway, though, in the thing.
I pick up a rock and I slide it down. Is it down a hole or up hole?
Oh, that's a down hole,
It's
like
a
the
down
little goblin chute.
I pick up a hole. I pick up a rock and I put it on the ledge and I push it down so it goes down.
Yeah, it sort of clatters down for a while, and then you hear a thud on the ground
No owls?
below. No.
But it's slick. I can reach out and it's slick. Like
Slimy.
if I stood on it, it'll.
Yeah, well, if you could
Okay.
fit in there, it's definitely
Yeah.
slimy down in there. It's like Vaseline almost.
Where Derp smell meat?
Smells definitely coming from the passageway, like the larger
The
sort
other
of one.
passageway?
Well, yeah, and the oily smelling passageway as well. I mean, it's just kind of everywhere now that you're in.
Okay. So he's getting really, really hungry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's this other passageway?
So that sort of leads down It sort of curves around, so you can't really see too far down it. But it's sort of steep, and the ground is more like loose, gravelly sort of stuff. So you'll want to take it slow going down, so you don't slip. But it's large enough to accommodate even you big burly dudes.
Follow me.
Okay.
You should probably be in the rear this time, huh?
Okay.
You think? Guard us, protect our rears. Protect our
They're
rears.
like rears.
All right. So I'll go first. I'm gonna start slowly walking down. Hopefully people will follow me.
Okay. So you're able to sort of like slowly sort of walk your way down this sort of steep incline. It kind of curves back around and sort of corkscrews down. About 15 feet down, you start seeing little ropes tied across at various sort of intervals at different angles. So like one will be completely vertical, another one will be horizontal about 3 foot off the ground, another one will just kind of go diagonally across the passageway. But there's like 6 or 7 of these all in a row, spaced about like 2-3 feet apart. And the thing continues to corkscrew down.
Right. Are they so they're taut?
Yeah, they're taut.
Okay.
Search for trap.
Ain't nobody a rogue here, so
Yeah.
Say what?
only rogues.
We don't have
can.
any rogues.
Yeah,
We don't have anybody to search for traps.
Trap
I have
Spot them.
I have trap sense, which means I have a +2 to reflex saves against traps and a +2 to my AC against any traps that hit me. So you can send me in. You can send me through, and there's a better chance that I won't be hurt by them. I can trigger them. I mean,
I like how Dirk's trap finding method is his
that's-
face.
Dirk,
Yeah.
Dirk, the meat's at the
That's how
bottom.
you're playing this one.
Meat.
meet down there.
Goes
Meat.
I go.
Go.
I just bound through the ropes.
Uh-huh.
So Dirk takes off full speed. Roll me both strength check,
Okay.
which I'm assuming is going to be pretty high.
Yeah. That's a 19 on the die, so that's a 27.
Yeah, lovely. Roll me a dex check.
Okay. And that's a +2.
Sure.
Trap
Yeah, throw your
sense.
+2 for traps. I mean, they're not really traps, but they're kind of trappy.
Okay. So that's a 6 on the die, +2 for my dex, plus another 2 for my trap sense, which is a 10.
Okay, so you barrel through these ropes. They're not actually like traps or anything, like no large rocks fall on you or a pit opens or anything like that. They're more just obstacles, but you're a big burly man, ogre.
Yeah.
So you barrel through these, the ropes snap as you just sort of pound through these. But as you snap one of the lower lying ones, you sort of start to get tripped up and you start sliding on the gravel. You end up sort of falling forward on your face as you overcorrect and sort of slip and slide the rest of the way down to the bottom of the thing. So we'll have you take let's have you take 8 points of damage
Ow!
from debris and scrapes.
Dirt fall down!
Okay, so if you said you're gonna
I'm
run.
gonna run with him and keep up with him.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a dex check from you as well on the loose gravel.
Alright.
Is this like loose gravel over stone, or is it like scree? Like,
Yeah, scree would be a good.
okay.
I'm gonna detect magic.
What do you need?
I think a 20.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. You can be
We're gonna get
this
his dex
one.
check and I'll tell you
That
about
can be
your
yours.
magic.
Alright. 10 on the die plus my 1 dex, so that's 11.
Okay, so to continue the comedy of errors, Dylan, you go slip and sliding down.
I'm right behind you!
So Dylan, take 9, and then
Oh.
Derp, take another 2 points as Pontoon falls on top of you.
Oh!
And then Pasquale, you said you were detecting magic?
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely nothing glows magically in here, so there's no magic afoot
There's
yet.
no magic here.
Is there like wooden boards or nothing else?
Nothing. Yeah.
Every time you talk, you have to.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Mariachi thing.
You do need a guitar that's just like.
I'm gonna use later.
The bard can cover it.
We got this.
All right. So, are we continuing to slide, or do we come to a stop?
You guys come to a slide.
That's pretty good.
Oh, So you guys come to a stop. I'm going to get to you guys in a second.
Okay.
Because I've still got half the party about halfway down the passageway. What do you guys do? You now hear two of them come to a thudding halt at the bottom of the sort of corkscrew down.
I just jump after him.
You're just gonna slide
I'm
down.
gonna slip and slide.
Yeah, like baseball slide down that thing.
You guys are you guys are gonna intentionally slide down after them.
I am. I'm just diving.
I'm going after him.
You're going after him. All right.
Come on.
Somebody should probably pick up the bard and carry him down.
Inappropriate.
Since you guys are intentionally sliding down, I'm gonna lessen the damage. But Pasquale, take 3. Sean, take 1 as you scrape your bottoms a little bit, your fannies.
Guys?
Oh, my shiny red ape ass.
It's a little redder now.
Guys?
So Craven is now by himself.
Guys? I'm gonna sort of slip, slide, skate down. Hands on the walls
I'm
the whole
surprised nobody's
time.
just walking slowly
I'm
down
walking
this
slowly.
Okay, so you're able to make it down.
Guys?
At the bottom of the passageway, the cave sort of opens up into this large room, probably like 15-foot high ceilings, and about 20 feet into this larger room, you just see this huge wooden wall, like floor to ceiling, with a large sort of gate in it. And then little like porthole flap things, for lack of a better, murder holes, is that what they're called?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
little
like
murder holes open up, and you hear a gruff voice saying,
what do you guys want?
Is this the Emerald City?
They're one meat. Yeah, we want to see the wizard.
Let us in, you munchkin asshole.
There's no wizard here.
They're
you
one
guys are-
meat.
Best get on your way if you don't want to get hurt.
You guys got any books?
Wow, that shut everybody down.
Yeah, there's just silence
Dun,
from the other
dun,
side.
dun.
You hear a faint little like. Nobody speaks goblin here, right?
I'm gonna use my once a day detect language.
Oh, comprehend language.
Comprehend language, yeah.
You hear a lot of things about fornication with your mother. Things about fellatio.
I'm gonna fire an Eldritch Blast through one of these
Murder holes.
and say, hey, you little cock goblins. Open the fucking door.
Oh, I didn't realize these were cock goblins. That changes the whole strategy.
Craven, did you have something?
Nope.
Okay.
On my way.
Mike, go ahead and roll Eldritch Blast attack. Your D20. Lolly.
12.
So that's 12 on
No,
the die.
that's a
That's
botch.
Oh, yay!
I just slipped on
Roll your D20 again.
Wow, our
And then
first
add
botch
that
on our
9.
first attack. That's great.
That,
11.
yeah, no, it's the attack bonus on your Eldritch Blast.
I don't have that right.
Plus 9. So add that to
19.
19.
Okay.
Solid. Okay. So your Eldritch Blast hits the side of the wall, does nothing. You hear some from the other side of the wall.
Cock goblins.
But you have 5 seconds to head back up the way you came.
Or
That
what?
sounds like a good idea.
Or what?
Yeah. Or what?
What you gonna do? Little cock goblin. Hey, cock goblin, come here. I got a cock for you.
Derp want meat!
The meat is behind that door, behind that giant.
Ah! He raises his ironclad fist and just pounds on the door as hard as he can.
All right. So several more murder holes open. 3, 4, and 5. All right.
Should I take down the door?
Not yet. So, AC Sean.
22.
Okay. Pontoon, what's your AC?
21.
Okay.
21.
21.
18.
18.
15.
15. A whole bunch of javelins clatter uselessly on the ground.
Cock goblins.
We all laugh back at him.
All right, so the gate. Suddenly, you hear the sound of unlatching, and the gate swings open
Boom, we'll fix on
violently.
now.
And a large, what looks like a goblin, but he's medium size, so he's your guys' size, surrounded by 15 smaller goblins, all weapons brandished and ready for combat, come flooding out of the gate, and I need initiative from everybody.
All right. All right, this combat is brought to you by beer. We're going to talk about some beers that we're trying today. John, what do you got?
I have a Mercenary. It's my go-to beer. Whenever I'm going to my favorite brew pub,
Right.
I will, if I see that on the menu, that's what I'm getting. I don't care what fancy pants beer you have from what fancy pants place. I'm ordering me a damn Mercenary.
Yeah.
It's a double IPA. Double IPA? Double IPA. It's made by Odell here in Colorado.
Okay, right.
And it's the tastiest IPA that you will ever drink in your life. If you've not had a Mercenary, you have not truly lived. It's got those nice sort of grapefruity notes you get,
Oh, yeah, I can vouch for the Mercenary. It was a solid beer.
and it will mess your whole night up, but in the best
good
way
way.
possible.
In a good
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
I mean, because you're looking at like a 9.2, 9.3 ABVs. I don't know IBUs because I'm not that much of a beer snob.
Right.
But it's nice, grapefruity. It's like a good great gateway IPA. It's the great way to gateway to IPA.
Yeah.
So if you're not super into like the bitter taste of IPAs, you get a Mercenary. It's got a nice,
Yeah, it is
smooth,
it's very
drinky
smooth.
sort of
Yeah.
IPA, and then you can sort of introduce your palate to that new acquired taste that is IPAs.
Right. So if Mercenary was to grant you a plus to one of your ability modifiers, what do you think it would grant?
Oh, it's definitely a +4 to charisma.
+4 to charisma?
Oh man, you don't know them things I done did on Mercenary, my friend.
Very good.
What did you have today?
I had it was a Blackberry's Belgian Strong Ale. It's by Upslope
Yes.
Brewery, which is based out of Boulder, I believe.
Boulder, Colorado.
It's very good. It took me a little bit by surprise. It's about a 10%
Which
ABV.
is a big beer.
Yeah, but it's very smooth. It's not but it also is not a fruity
Interesting.
type of. The fruit is very, which I mean, it helps because it's blackberry, and blackberry is not a real sweet.
It's not going to be like a mango thing going on in there.
Exactly.
Right.
And so it's a very nice, smooth flavor, but it's not. There's enough substance to it that it's not just
Not
kind
like
of
a
fluffy. Yeah.
Cloying sort of sweetness. to
Exactly.
it. Okay.
But it's very exceptionally drinkable for a 10%.
10%, which is
It does not feel like a
which is
10% beer going down.
NAR beer. That's 2 or 3 of any other beer going in right
I
there.
would say that's probably a +2 to fortitude,
Oh, naturally.
but maybe like a -1 to constitution,
Oh, really? A -1's the Constitution.
just for the 10%.
So, and that's an interesting set of modifiers that you have added.
Yeah.
Because you're getting the +2 to fort, but if your con mod drops from the -1, you're only getting a +1 to fortitude.
Oh,
So
it's kind of
it's only for manly men, is what you're telling me about,
that's exactly what I'm telling you.
or manly ladies, as the case may be.
Or ladily men.
Let's
no.
think about how we're going to say that. If you've got 3 X chromosomes, is there a Jamie Lee Curtis metaphor I can make in here somewhere?
Probably in there.
Activia.
Probably
if you eat a lot of Activia, this is the beer for you.
This is the beer for you.
It's all those cultures.
It's very good. It's smooth and flavorful without being too fruity.
I'll have to try that. I was excited when I saw you get that, so
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
have to
good
get
beer.
me one of them.
It is a good beer.
It's just Mercenary. I can't stop with the Mercenary.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. Mercenary is delicious, and that was from where's that?
Mercenaries from Odell.
Odell.
Yeah, which is here in Colorado.
In Colorado somewhere.
In the great
so-
state of Colorado. We
yeah.
have been drinking these beers, so...
Yeah, we're a little fuzzy. on
Sorry,
the details.
Odell, I love the beers that you make.
Yep, delicious, good stuff. So check out Odell Mercenary and the Upslope Blackberry Belgian Strong Ale. Really good, solid beers. And now back to the combat. Enjoy. Combat time. Dirt roll 24.
Right. Sean.
23.
And Fontaine.
14.
And Pasquale.
Also 14.
I'm going to guess that you have the higher dex. Craven.
17.
17. Jeez Louise. Alright, so the room is flooded with goblins.
Yay!
Very small, very squishy goblins.
Yeah.
And Derp gets the first action.
Yay. Derp smash goblin.
So, the goblin immediately runs right up to Derp. Derp, give me your attack.
All right. 19.
Will hit. Derp, give me your damage.
Okay. The damage with my iron-clad fist is 1d10 plus 12.
You don't even really need to
that's
roll. It's
17,
hilarious.
17 damage.
17 damage. So Derp basically claps, and the goblin's head happens to be in between. It explodes like a water balloon. The goblin is no more.
Derp licks his left hand to see if that's the meat that he smelled.
No, but it's a different flavor. It's sort of tangy.
Mmm.
Does Derp have cleave?
Derp does not have cleave.
Okay.
Derp will pick up cleave at his next opportunity.
Sounds lovely. Sean.
I'm going to hit the big goblin with some negative energy.
In the form of what?
A negative energy ray.
Okay.
Just jobs.
It's like they're really pessimistic feelings.
It's really bad.
It's really depressed. It's got some really harsh vibes, man.
Now it's like emo goblin. King.
What's your to hit on that?
23.
23? Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
definite. You made contact.
Yes, sir.
Roll that damage.
Will for half.
Mm-hmm. What's the DC? Oh, never mind. Double it. I just fumbled on that.
Double it.
Yeah,
Double the damage.
double the damage. I just rolled a nat 1 on my will save.
2 net ones. And
I know. I have this ill tidings for the campaign.
28.
28 points. The large goblin, the hobgoblin, if you will, goes like he kind of got kicked in the balls. His cheeks sort of suck in a little bit. His life energy drains out of him. And he's not looking happy about that. So that brings us to Craven.
Craven pees his pants.
This is a free action. Gotcha.
And then decides that there's no way he's going to make it through this without a little extra courage. So he's going to inspire courage.
Lovely.
+2.
+2.
Wait for it.
I feel so courageous.
Ta-da!
Derp likes.
Alright, so everybody take +2 to attack and damage.
Yes.
And that brings us to Pasquale.
give him some this accent.
What's this cave made out of?
Why do you think it has
Stone.
this outrageous accent?
Spiders.
I will shoot some banana blasters at
Alright.
some of these little fuckers around.
Alright. So what are the little guys?
Yeah. I'm just gonna like shoot all over the place.
Roll that d20 plus your 9 for Eldritch Blast. 19 total.
+9.
Oh yeah, that's a definite connect on an Eldritch Blast. Roll your damage.
How many d6 do you need? You got 4. You need one. Uno más.
Uno más, por
Uno más.
favor.
D6.
I forgot I got a 5th one.
A lot of math. A lot of math.
17.
17. So that goblin is now dust from the fury of your banana blast. Pontoon.
With my bitey face, I'm gonna reach out and hug. I'm gonna attempt to grapple one of these little things and squeeze him and bite him on the head with my wolf bite.
Right.
With greater fist.
So as you grab this guy and try and bring him close to your spiked armor, you are also turning your face into the face of a wolf and biting his face.
Yes.
Lovely. The ultimate warrior would never wrestle you. Roll your grapple. Or maybe he would. If you had liberal politics.
He probably
would.
scared.
Yeah.
I rolled a 5.
5 plus your grapple?
Plus my grapple is 18.
So
that would be 23.
That is a grappled goblin.
Face. That's a 20D, right?
No, you don't even need to do that. Yeah, you just roll the damage. Yeah.
Gotcha. The damage would be...
It's a D8, right?
2D8 plus 3,
Jeez.
plus an additional 4D6. I know. With the... Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest.
Is that allowed?
These have 5 hit points, so you don't actually need to roll it.
Yeah,
but
no,
I want to
want
hear that damage.
I want
to hear that beautiful damage.
3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 5 is 16, 17, 18 damage.
Congratulations, you are now grappling the ankles of a goblin. Everything else is in your belly. Alright, that brings us to the goblin, who begins foaming at the mouth, looks at the guy that fired the ray of kick me in the balls, and charges at you, Sean.
I'm the overkill killer.
Sean, what's your AC?
22.
22. So, you are going to take 4 points of damage. So he brings his long sword down, manages to slice you right in the bicep.
Ow.
Wait, that's
Not deep, but
slicing damage?
yes.
Okay, doesn't hurt me at all.
Doesn't hurt you at all. Why did I make a goblin encounter? Oh, right, because I wanted to show that you guys were really tough before I brought you to the actual mean stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slicing damage doesn't do anything to you.
Does not do a
I
dang
got
thing.
I got,
He can't bleed.
Damage reduction.
He's
dead.
fire,
He's undead, so he
slashing.
can't bleed.
Jeez Louise. So you need bludgeoning or piercing. No, slicing piercing. Slashing piercing doesn't do nothing. Oh. Okay, so Sean is what we call in the DandD community a min-maxer, where he has made a character that's invulnerable to everything. So, tweet your hate at Sean's
Can you
doofus.
Can you be poisoned?
Oh, okay. He can't
Fire?
be anything. He's undead. Like, no, he can be fired.
Fire, yeah.
He can be frozen.
Fire. Frozen.
Energy.
Lightning. So
Lightning.
basically, you need energy
I
damage.
can be cured.
Yeah, I
Right,
can
right,
cure him
right,
for
right.
a whole lot of hurting.
Right.
All right, so he's disappointed in himself.
He's gonna be really disappointed in a minute.
For the goblins, I'm just gonna roll
only for a minute.
a metric crap ton of d20s here and see if any of them hit anybody.
Nope.
Da-da-da-da-da, those look good. Okay, so the results of all the goblins swinging. One of them accidentally stabs themselves to death. The rest of them miss, except for one, which manages to hit Derp for a whopping 1 point of damage, sir. Are you bleeding out yet?
Not quite.
Okay. Back to the top of the initiative, Derp, it is your turn.
Not hit me! Dirk brings his right fist up over his head and just brings it directly down on top of the skull of the goblin that just hit him. And that is a 23.
Yup.
That hit him? Are you kidding me?
I know he's weak. And he does 15 points of damage, breaking his skull into several fragments.
Also driving him about a foot into the ground.
Right.
Like a nail.
And then he swings his left fist, not realizing that he has destroyed this goblin, and hits his own fist. Hits his right fist with his left fist.
Clang.
And there's a clang and a shower of sparks.
Ooh.
Ah.
Sean.
Alright, so I am going to use Fell Animate.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And
That was the sound of
and I'm
John
going
realizing
to
things are going very wrong.
inflict light wounds on the hobgoblin,
Okay.
which I lay my hand upon the creature and channel some negative energy up into this haze.
Word. I'm going to give you a freebie on this. I'm going to let you know that you need to roll a concentration check to cast that defensively and not get stabbed in the face while you're going. Hocus pocus, Alamo, you're dead. Gocus.
Okay, so I just roll a
Concentration check.
28.
Yeah, you good.
So will for half.
You don't even need to tell me the DC. That's a 3 on the dice. I don't think I passed it. Yeah, for a grand total of 2.
Not very willful creatures, are they?
No.
The diamond's the 8, right?
Yeah. This is the D&D podcast where people say the diamond is the D8, right? Yes, and the pyramids are 4s. The squares are 6s. I'm just kidding, Sean. I'm just kidding.
That's alright.
Don't be sad.
I'm the ass. I got you. So 25 points.
Alright,
Is that on the
so
hobgoblin or just on one of the little guys?
Hobgoblin.
again, the cheek suck in. He makes another "ow, I got kicked in the balls" noise, and he's looking real crappy right now. Like,
Oh, it's not dead yet.
no. It'd be nice though, huh?
To
So
this
he's looking like, you know, just a strong breeze will take him down. Not a light breeze. You can't sneeze on him.
Hey, this one's mine.
Get a little glory hoggy. I like
Fair
it.
enough. Fair enough.
Craven.
Are there any other exits to the room?
Just good question. No, just the one you came up.
Anything close to me?
I think I know where you're going with this, so I rolled a percentile. Conveniently enough, there's a looks like what was left of a deer carcass with just enough space for your slender frame to hide behind underneath. It's a little ooky, but it's goblins
Or carcass.
or blood. So
Which is the origin of the old phrase, stuck between a goblin and a deer carcass.
that old chestnut.
That's where that came from.
Yeah, now you know.
Craven's going to hide behind the deer carcass and check his pack for clean pants.
I feel like Craven needs to invest in like some underoos. Not some underoos, some like
Depends.
pull-ups. Yeah, some pull-ups.
Some big boy pants.
Yeah.
Dry heave a little bit on the way to the deer carcass.
Yeah. Actually, roll me a fort save as you
Do
you
you
go.
say?
And I thought they smelled bad
Yes,
on the outside.
outside.
Okay, I was glad that you were me on that.
22.
22, Craven. You don't. You managed to keep breakfast
Choke
in.
back the bile.
Yeah. Which brings us to Pasquale.
How many of these guys are in between us and the door?
Between you and the gate.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am at 8 more,
Alright.
sort of milling around. If you made a break for it, I'd give you a chance to get to the
Oh,
door.
I'll just make a break for the gate.
All right. Roll me a percentile.
Which ones are those?
Those are the two
Here.
10-sided dice.
Here.
Sorry.
Take this one, and we'll try these two.
Two of the UFOs.
To the UFOs. You're looking to hit 75. No, we'll make it 60 or above. So 900. So that's a 0, 0, and a 9.
No,
It's a
It's a 90.
You got a 90? All right.
90 was right.
Yeah, you're able to find a clear path. I got a 900. Lovely. You can learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons with this podcast. They're the UFOs. Yes, with a 90, you're able to find a clear path through to the other side of the gate. You see that there are no goblins on that side, just some sort of like tattered, torn pieces of fabric and hay and sticks sort of making weird little nests all over the room. And there's a big chest in the back of the room near an actual like proper bed that's seen better days, but it's kind of stained mattress and everything. But there's a big chest in the back of the room. A little fire in the middle. Looks like there's a few rats on a skewer cooking. And I'll give you one more move, or if you want to do something, you can do something now.
I'll take a shot at the big guy still going.
Yes, he is.
All right, I'll take a shot at him.
Do it.
That's awesome. Because that's
What did I
the
just
same
say?
thing.
You fucking cocks.
He called me. He
Who
called
do
me.
these first?
D20 first. Plus 9.
If he doesn't finish him, I will. So.
No, awesome. Yeah.
That's a 28, 19 on the die.
Oh, yeah. You good.
That's 14, yeah.
All those dice. And
So, you turn around and point backwards with your banana. Another banana shoots out of the banana.
And then a flag comes out of the end that says bang.
No, it says banana.
It says banana.
This is
Banana.
So, and then Sean, from your perspective,
there's an
there's a banana-shaped hole in the torso of the hobgoblin. It looks down for a second, the banana-shaped hole sort of smoking, and then falls sideways on the floor, dead.
Yay! Pasquale killed the big one! Woo! Pasquale, you're our hero!
Good job, buddy.
Blow on the end of the banana. Lovely. Pontoon, what are you doing? Still got a few of these little...
I'm gonna look at one of the little goblins, and I'm gonna take my shield and throw it at him. On my little ranged shield attack, I'm gonna try him out.
For freedom!
Yes, or at least cord.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see
That's
here.
right, you work with cord.
8. 16 plus 8. What's that? 24.
Yeah, I think, you
I
managed
hit
to
him.
get one real good.
Yeah, that's probably it.
All right. It's a 1d8 plus 8.
So, tell me, is this shield like sharpened around the edges, or is it like blunt? So you're just like blunt force.
I believe it's a blunt force.
You're like troning them to death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool.
2 on the die plus 8 is 10.
Yeah. So, and it's got the returning power on it.
Oh
right?
yeah. Then at the beginning of the next turn, it returns
Right.
free action.
So, you managed to, because your attack roll was so high, you managed to stick it right in the mouth of the goblin. Like it turns to look and it's like, and then clang. And goblin skin is incredibly stretchy, of course. So it fully like frisbee seppukus it, if anybody gets that reference. So yeah, you have this goblin with flappy cheeks starting at the start of your next turn that's dead when the shield teleports back to your hand.
Oh, in my hand.
Yeah.
So I have this shield wrapped in a goblin.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It'll bring the goblin back with it because that's funny. And so you'll have a goblin attached to your shield, stretched around it. Lovely, gruesome, but lovely. Which then brings us to a dead hobgoblin. The goblins, the remainder of them, are going to. Let's see what they do. They're running. They're fleeing. They're trying to scurry up the slippery hole. That's not working. Some of them are dashing up the other passageway that you guys came through. They're running away.
I start cursing goblin phrases about their mothers at them.
Craven's gonna get out of the deer carcass and go, yeah, that's right, guys. Did you see how many I got? Did you see how many I got?
Good job, singer.
Excellent.
Well done.
Wow.
All right, so the room is yours to explore now.
You guys want to crack open this chest?
Guys, there's a deer over here.
Well, Derp heads straight.
Why do you smell like
Derp
beer
smells the
guts?
roasting rats and heads straight for them, sticks his face into the fire, and bites one off of the skewer.
Lovely. Derp will take a couple
Good
points of
point,
damage from hot rat flesh. I don't know how you're
Hot
managing.
rats. That's a really good Frank Zappa album.
Old music stuff, so yeah, so I don't know how you managed to not catch your beard on fire. You're sort of an idiot savant that way.
I'm going to go over and I'm going to pull the remainder of the skewers out of the fire and shake them off so there's no flames, and then put them down in front of him.
Good. So Derp will
Derp
continue.
eat all rats.
Lovely.
I asked Derp if he's willing to bang his head against this chest that's sitting over here.
Okay.
Derp smacks his face into the chest.
Taking 2 more damage.
I'm going to assume that Derp's head is hard enough that Derp can smack his face into things.
Yeah, pretty much. He does that a lot.
Without damage.
Yeah.
No, there's no explosive traps or anything set up there. You do notice there is like a chintzy looking little padlock on the front of it though.
I will
Not
banana blast
anymore.
that off.
Yeah, well yeah, no, it comes right off. It's
Okay. I
nearly
don't have to
rusted
roll
through.
17 dice.
No, we'll just assume that at point blank range with your banana, you can banana blast.
Do you by any chance carry these bananas in a hammock?
No, I have holsters.
Okay.
That's why I told him you should have the craft hammock
Yeah.
so he can make banana hammocks.
Just a little cart on the side of the road. Maybe a good side business. I do like going into business.
So you're able to blast the padlock off the chest, and I'm assuming you want to open it because that's what adventurers
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it like Indiana Jones would open it.
I was going to say, can you demonstrate? But the audio nature of this podcast makes that a
Just
little.
the beginning of Raiders when he's like creeping up on the thing.
So
It makes
very,
a little-
you're going to try and swap it out with.
Yeah. I'm gonna put Derp's head into it while I grab I'm gonna reach in, grab something, slam
Stick Derp's head in. It smells musty.
Why is
So inside
Derp's-
this chest.
Why is Derp's head in the chest, guys?
Just,
Look over
just in
searching.
case.
Derp says,
Just
"Yeah, why haven't
I've been
Serving
looking
your
around
purpose,
the
buddy.
room. I've been searching the room.
Pontoon around the room, you see, like I was telling earlier, like these weird little nesty sort of beds that are small, look like where the goblins would sleep. Random piles of poop around the room, bones.
Derp not eat poop."
There's a barrel in one corner that has a whole bunch of small-sized javelins in it.
I've got a pocket full of Ziploc bags, so I'm going to take some of the poop and I'm going to Ziploc it up and put it in my own pocket.
How much did that cost you out of the Dungeon Master's Guide? Those Ziploc bags.
Ziploc bags, $2.99 at
Costco.
That's for a package of.
So we talking the snack size? We talking are these freezer or storage bags?
They had the foldovers.
They are freezer quart size.
Quartz. All right.
Blue and helmet green.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I zip them up and make a little noise.
Yeah. So you're taking poop samples?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, definitely add that to your inventory because Lord knows when that'll come in handy.
Do goblins have pockets?
No. In fact, most of these goblins, they're just wearing like leather armor, but just the top bit. So they're little goblin dingleberries,
Little cut
and they're
goblins.
little
Okay.
little goblin dangles
I'm gonna miss
are
that
sort of
opportunity.
swinging out. Yeah.
Surprisingly large.
Goblins.
Yeah. Well, it's they're more showers than growers, as they say. Goblins.
Okay, so what was in that chest?
In the chest. Sorry. Back to the adventure.
No. Let's
What
talk
was
about
that?
goblin cocks.
Yeah, goblin genitals.
Growers, not growers.
The chest. There's a large bag
Exactly.
and the book and a book,
Sure.
a very fancy-looking book.
Okay, who wants to carry this shit?
Is it?
Oh, I got a bag of holy.
You might want to see if that's magic.
We got a book and a bag.
Put this shit
The
in the
book
bag,
that we
please.
came for and a bag.
All right,
How do
detect
we know
magic
it's the
on the
book
book.
we
Is
came
it the
for?
book we came
Is
for?
it the book we came
Detect
for?
magic on the book.
It's given the description that Cletus gave you.
I can't
Yes, it
Okay.
is magical, and yes, it is the book. And when you detect magic on it, it's like the light of the sun. So don't look directly into it.
Who wants to read it?
It's in the bag, says the DM.
What's in the bag?
There are approximately 200 copper pieces. All of them are bent.
Fucking bent combo.
Hey, I got a chore for you, Derp.
We're gonna make this tender legal.
Unbend these. I'm just gonna put them on a rock and you just smack them with your little fists.
Okay.
Oh
It's gonna-
lord.
I mean, we're gonna camp out. For
Are they
the night.
bent like just they're old, or were they were put through like the machine at the arcade? Where you-
They're all like perfectly 90-degree angle bent for some
Wow.
reason.
Maybe
As if
detect
somebody
magic
was
on
biting
the
them to
point.
make sure they were real.
Yeah.
Each one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dylan sees through all my
Can I
tricks.
detect-
All my DM tricks.
Can I detect magic on them?
Yeah, they're not magic, but as you detect magic on them, again, like super bright light coming from the book.
So we put that in holding.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a bag of holding?
Oh, I think you should just
You have a bag of holding already?
Can we
That's
unbend
small.
those? Can
You have a
we?
small one?
Can
Yeah,
we
okay.
smash?
Yeah, that could be something we work on over the course of time.
Are we gonna camp out here for the night?
Well, first I would like everyone to roll listen checks.
Uh-oh.
Let's just
Oh,
give
That's
the
right.
book to Derp so they can hold on to it for us.
Yeah.
Let's give it to Sean.
Well, I mean, it's safe. I can't read.
Sean,
Hinged between
I
his
think it's a
two-
better idea to not let Derp be holding things when he has no
Anything that we
hands.
value.
I got a 15 on my listen.
Anybody get over 20 or over? That's
Yes.
what I'm
I
looking
did.
for. All right. You guys hear you hear goblins screaming up the passageway. You hear a few sounds of like swords cutting, and then you hear lots of
God
oh,
damn it.
oh,
Those guys.
take that!
It's the
Oh!
Oh no!
It's the jokes.
Oh
It's
no.
Brad.
Are there
Do
wearing-
I recognize
Are they wearing alpha beta
that
Yes,
voice?
So clang, 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 clang. Whoops! You hear
They come
as
down the
things
hill.
sliding down the hill.
Guys, we don't want to meet this guy.
Okay. Fuck. Okay.
And
Oh, he's a jerk.
Trying to think of something to do. Are these?
so you guys suddenly see another group of people coming in.
I'm gonna hide behind dirt.
One of them in full plate
Dirt
stands
farts.
up, puts back his visor, this gorgeously sculpted chin with the perfect little butt dimple thing in it, with flowing blonde hair, piercing blue eyes. It's like, greetings, fellow adventurers.
Derp love Kirk
Oh,
Douglas.
God damn it.
I am Sir Brad, the Bradical. These are my companions,
Save it.
the Paragons of Valor.
Hello.
So he
Yeah.
gestures to three other companions with him. One of them is this sort of like cowering looking like half orc that just sort of follows him around dutifully and looks, and as he gestures towards the half orc kind of flinches. Like, this is my squire, Parsnips. And Parsnips is like, just sort of waves feebly. He's like, this is my personal accountant, Gold Mansacks. And he's like, hey. It's a sort of average-looking human, wearing some flowing, glittery sort of robes, carrying a large book, being very studious. And then he motions over to a little goblin behind him. He's like, this is my adopted son. His name is Grub Burn Village. And as he says that, you'll notice that Grub has carved into his forehead the words Burn Village.
Is it backwards? So if he looks in a mirror,
No, it's forwards.
Okay.
So,
John's not gonna let us kill these guys.
and then Grub says some things in Goblin. For fun, we're gonna say that your comprehend languages is still up. And Grub
It's not
says,
more fellatio talking.
It's
is it?
more
That's-
about fornicating with all of you and spreading his seed to dominate the entire planet.
Ah.
That little cock goblin just said he wanted to spread his seed into all of us.
Gross.
Super gross. So Sir Brad the Bradical says that he has come to help you.
Yay!
You're working with that one, the little guy, the little
No.
guy. Cletus is his name.
Oh.
Yes. We were sent here by Cletus to aid you. Don't worry.
No, you weren't.
We killed that horde of goblins up at the top of the cave, waiting to. What's this? Oh my! And he drives his sword down into the hobgoblin with the banana-shaped hole in him. He's like, he was coming right at us. He was getting ready to. He's getting ready to kill us.
What do you mean he had a gun? It's a fucking hero sandwich.
That's a bag of crack on top of
It's like, you're...
Sprinkle some crack on it. Let's get out of here.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, I'm going to use my once a day message to Cletus immediately and say, did you send this jag off to come help us? Brad Dudicle the...
Dude, the Dudicle?
Dude, bro, McGee.
Dude, bro, McGee.
Is he wearing a white baseball cap and driving a Jeep by any chance?
He's wearing this special tunic under his
Of course he
armor.
is.
It's sort of a salmon-y color, and you'll notice the collar is very high in the back, right here.
Right.
Also, he's got this necklace, and it's made of these tiny white
Poker
shells.
shells.
Tiny white shells.
I want that.
Oh, God.
His mummy wrote his name in the back of his underwear.
Tips are perfectly frosted.
Of course.
He doesn't like rap, but he thinks Eminem is super cool.
He's just telling
He's
us
carrying
all this while he's sprinkling
carrying
crack
a
on
Maroon
the
5
hot
Shall I kill this
Yeah.
unit?
He's like, it was so rad, bro. That Maroon 5 concert. You know, somebody was smoking some weed near me, so yeah, I got a little buzz. I mean, not that I'm like into that, but you know, bro. Man, all I just want is a 30 rag, natty ice. Okay, so.
I take my Ziploc bag full of dog goblin shit.
Dog
I
goblin.
open it out and I put my hand in the back, so now I have a handful of slappy goblin. You know, like you turn the bag inside out, and I go over to him and I slap him right on the face with the goblin
So I
bag.
assume it doesn't matter if I get a message about this kid at this point.
Yeah, your message is coming in just a second. I need to resolve this dookie slap.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Dookie slap
That's
his
perfect.
frosted face right there.
If I remember correctly, Pontoon has a +3 to Dookie Slap.
Alright. So what I need you to do is roll a melee attack for me.
No problem.
So d20 plus whatever your melee.
17 on the die, so that'd be a 27.
I hate you guys and your high level characters. Alright. So let's see if I can give him something.
How many minutes has it been since our initial
I have an
combat
idea
started?
for fighting technique.
I'm wondering if my face is still wolfy.
Alright. Brad sees you coming but does not react in time.
Takes it right to the face.
Takes a steaming load. Well, it's not even really steaming at
Oh,
this
it's
point.
cold.
A sort of crunchy face full of goblin turd.
Oh no, I picked a wet one.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like in Back to the Future every time Biff hits the manure truck.
He's
Right.
Oh,
He gets
yes.
a little bit on his teeth.
Yes, and he has to spit it out.
He's like, bro, that was cool, bro.
Derp laughs, spraying chunks of half-chewed rat all over the cave. Boom.
Splatter.
All right, I need at this point spot checks from everyone.
How's that message coming?
Cletus says no, he did not send them. Also, I need to know where is the book.
In the bag of holding.
He's got it.
That might be satisfying for you.
14.
4.
19.
Derp sees only the rat he is eating.
All right,
12.
lovely. So as the camera zooms out, no one has noticed that Parsnips has slipped on a ring and disappeared. The camera follows.
Dun dun
A
dun.
close up on the ground of little parsnip-shaped footprints as they sneak around behind Sean. And suddenly, Sean's bag of holding is
You
ripped
asked us
from
where
his
it
shoulder.
was.
Yes. Never tell the DM anything. No, I'm kidding. But no, for reals. The bag of holding slips from your shoulder real quick. You see a hand. You see the book sort of float out of the bag of holding. Bag of holding gets tossed at your feet. And at this point, I don't want to do a full initiative. Let's just do who has the highest dex here. I'm going to start with Mike because I think Mike probably has 16?
16 plus 3.
Does anybody have higher than 16?
I've got 12.
I got 20.
I'm
Got
a
20
monkey.
dex? Oh, okay. So you are the fastest. What do you want to do? The book is being held aloft in the air by an invisible half-orc, going, I get it! Boss, I got it!
It's really his voice.
Yeah.
Flavin! Can I
I
use
kind of want to
spectral
punch him
hand
just
to
for the
grab
voice.
it? Can I use spectral hand to grab it? Is that
Yes. Sean, as a bonus common sense thing, you are also within range to sort of just step and grab it out of the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you don't have to look at the spell
Oh,
forever.
good. Then I'll fucking do that.
Alright, so what I'm going to need from you then is a strength, opposed strength.
Oh, shit.
It's only
Right,
a
it's
goblin,
like,
though.
unhand that book, you foul-smelling thing. 8. Oh, don't worry.
What'd you roll?
I got a 5 on the die, so we're looking at a tug of war here.
What'd you roll, Sean?
An 8.
So you're holding onto the book. Parsnips is holding onto the book. At this point, Parsnips is visible again.
I'm gonna run over to them.
What's this ring?
You're the
made
next
out of?
highest, right? Hmm?
What index? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's this ring made out of?
The ring itself is just like a little gold band.
But we can see him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking banana blast him in his little fucking goblin cock.
Okay. Well, he's a half orc, but yeah.
Oh, other guy. Right.
No, he still has a goblin.
I'm thinking of the goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Parsnips was
Yeah.
Half orcs have goblin
I'll
cock.
shoot him in the face.
Okay. Roll the attack
I like the cock shot better.
4
on the die,
plus 9.
Yeah.
That's right.
which is good. What happens? You hit Parsnips right in the side. Meow. And as he sort of jerks with it, it rips the book out of your hand. It goes flying into the air and lands open on the ground. And there's a brilliant flash of white light.
Probably bad.
And then everybody feels really warm. Like really, really warm.
Okay, so that's the adventure for this week. They just feel really warm. Where the hell are they?
Well, Bob, you'll just have to keep listening to find out.
Oh, I see. I see how you're going to be with this. That's bullshit, man.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky DM,
I want to binge listen.
Well, you'll have to wait a few months in order to do that, because you can binge listen to this one over and over again, but I don't know if that's going to be as entertaining.
I might do that.
Just
So what's up with this Brad guy and all his cohorts?
well, he's bradical. He's the best knight that's ever been a knight before, and mostly I just made him up to piss off Crystal. So yeah, and then I've got his party of compatriots that also make him look even awesomer.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's the thing. He's supposed to be the paragon of D&D, since nobody in our party actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we have our villain kind of set up with those douchebags that keep stealing our book.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it as I'm setting up our campaign as like a classic, like Adam Sandler slob versus snob sort of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I was thinking Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds is a good one, too.
I was picturing Brad as wearing an Alpha Beta sweater.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Perfectly coiffured hair,
Absolutely.
as they say.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we can catch up with them and get our book back in the next episode.
You'll just have to wait and see.
I guess we will. So thanks for listening, and come back next week. Bye.
Bye.
Flagons and Dragons is DM'd by Jonathan Markheim. Recorded, edited, and engineered by Bob Morsch. Like the Flagons and Dragons page on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at FlagDrag. You can also send an email to flagdragpodcast@gmail.com.